My friends, my name is Raymond. I want to make a comment about the current state of apartment rentals in the Central Florida area in Florida. So here's what they're doing, and what happens in Florida and in many areas of Florida. But Central Florida was one of the hardest hit foreclosure areas in the country, and a lot of people, since the foreclosure wave hit Central Florida, what they did is they lost their house, but they need a place to live, so they go live in an apartment. So they rent apartments. So they keep doing that, and they basically, after a few years of doing that, now most of the affordable apartments in the Central Florida area mostly surrounding the Orlando area are absolutely full. There are waiting lists on apartment complexes. You could get back not long ago. You could get apartments for $500-600, and it wasn't a big deal. Of course, you weren't gonna go live in the ritzy areas and the high class areas and stuff, but it was a decent area. Now, what I'm finding out, I'm looking for an apartment to move, is you're lucky if you can find a one bedroom for $800. And it's not, they're not in very nice areas necessarily. They're just average. They have some of these hotels where you stay in long term. It's almost $400 a week on an extended stay, where it used to be $169, $189 a week to stay in these hotels. Now it's almost $400 to stay a week in one of these extended stay hotels. They have some that are more affordable, but I'll give you an example. There's one in Altamont Springs where you can rent for like $750 a month without a contract, but it's you can order your crack from your neighbor, and you never know when you're going to find 3 dead bodies in the room next door, shot in the head, which is what happened like a month ago. There's really hot, nasty places, roach infested, and the work. Absolute dumps. But what I'm also finding out is that a lot of corporations have taken over the apartment complex building, and they have applied the good old American philosophy. Because I have a theory. There are Americans, people, decent people. They work hard and they're honest and upfront. And then there's Americans. They're always coming up with some way to scam you or screw you out of something. They just pad it and call it another name other than a scam. So, I'm running into a lot of this American companies, and what they do is they have the hotel pricing model applied to apartments, which means that you go in there and you ask for a price. I say, hey, what's your price on one bedrooms? It's like, well, it depends on when you're moving in. First of all, how much are you looking to spend? And it's like going into a used car dealership where they don't tell you the price of the car. They just want to know how much you have. So if you have to, I have $10,000 for a car. So they'll go get you a $2,000 car and sell it to you for $10,000. So that's the same model that the apartment complexes are applying. So now they're also using the dealer fee scam, which is what a lot of dealers use. They'll charge you $1,000 for nothing. It's just a dealer fee. What's the dealer fee for? Oh, it's for the paperwork. Bullshit. It's just you're giving them free money. It's just another way of saying we're going to fuck you out of another $1,000 just to do business with us. Imagine if you went to Walmart or your neighborhood restaurant and you told them it's like, okay, I want a plate of food, and they don't have any prices on it. They just ask you, well, how much is this? They don't have the prices on it. So how much is the ribeye? And they tell you, well, how hungry are you? And they say, well, I'm very hungry. Well, that's $50. When you can get a ribeye for $20. So that's the model they're applying. So basically, they ask you, is like, well, when are you moving? It's like, well, next month. Well, let me check what the computer says the prices next month are going to be. And then on top of that, they say, well, it's a $100 application fee. It's another $100 for some bullshit fee. And then there's a $200 administrative fee. And you ask them, okay, what's the you understand that they're going to make some money off of they get your rap sheet or whatever they're going to look for if you have one for $9. They're going to sell it to you for $100, and they're going to pull the credit for another $9 or something like that. If they get a good deal with whoever they're pulling with, they'll make $85 a pop without renting shit. So they're making money on the applications. On top of that, there's another $100 for I don't know what. It's for pay for the blowjobs for the CEO of the corporation that's running the apartment complex. And there's another $200 administrative fee, which does not go towards your rent, does not go towards your deposit, and it's non-refundable once you get approved. So basically, there are $300 there that it's an absolute robbery. But since they're telling you that it's a fee, it's not a robbery. Okay? Go figure that one out. So, and then, I just think that is hideous, the way they're handling and then you tell them something. Last one I went today, and I told them, so the $200, it's a mob fee. And she looked at me like, you know what the mob does, right? If you want to do, we're going to shake you up for as much as we can. So it's now, it's not that it has never been. It's now just more obvious and more blatant that it's a mob mentality when it comes to renting a place in Central Florida. Me, personally, I'm going to continue looking. And, the problem with this is that... beloved George Bush bailed out the banks, and people think it was Obama. That bailout was signed under President Bush. And when they bailed out the banks, they kept all the properties that they foreclosed, and now they're sandbagging them, meaning they're holding them back so they can get a bigger, they can keep the price up. So they're releasing them slowly, all the properties, for sale, so they can keep the prices up. And this is the end result. This is the consequence of bailing out these scumbags. We're having to pay here in Central Florida at least $800. I've seen $1,200 for a one bedroom. No, I mean, that's not unheard of. That's pretty common. So there's the analysis. Fuck corporate America.